Hello everyone. So welcome to Academy TV. Welcome to our live. All right. Before we start, I very appreciate that you guys can join us today, right, and learn together about trading strategies and system. Okay. So before we proceed and introduce our guest today, right? A little bit introduction about me myself because this is our first time, right? FB Live in our own Facebook. So my name is Shafiq. I used to be host in Technical Tuesday in Stopbit, all right? But I also come from Academy. So now we're taking an initiative to go more Facebook Live in our own platform, right? So that's why today you guys can that's why today we hosting or we do a chit chat discussion, right, about trading system and strategies. Okay, so before we continue, right, please share, please like, please give us love, support, or whatnot, right? Share to your friends and family. Okay, and um, coming our guest. Hello, Ren.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, everyone?
Hello, Ren. Right. So he is my partner in crime, Warren. Hello,
Yep.
Lucas.
Hi, Lucas here.
Hi. All right. So can you guys hear us? All right. If you guys can hear, maybe you can type one.
111. Smash that. Hopefully you guys. Thanks again, guys, for joining us. Taking your time off this lovely evening, right? Smash that like button if you can. Smash that share button if you can, right? Yeah. Shafiq and Lucas will be
Smash,
sharing a
smash.
lot on their experience on trading system. Right? Hopefully you can give some value today. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think without further ado, let's start lah. All right.
Let's go.
Let's straight to our discussion. Okay. So today we're going to talk about trading strategies and system. But before that, Warren, can you give us a little bit introduction about what is Academy?
Yeah, sure. Just a quick one, right, guys? So, in case if you guys don't know what's Academy, basically we're an establishment set out to empower people on how to trade and invest stocks. Basically, our goal is to we deserve $1 million portfolio, right? And we empower on how to grow net worth through stocks, right? This is an asset class that we believe that we can exponentially grow our wealth. So, if you are new to stocks, if you're serious in growing your net worth, then maybe you can give us a try. Yeah. So, a little bit about me. I founded this platform 2 years ago, right? I was previously a real estate background. I went full time. This is my passion. Coaching is my passion. I'm also coaching US people. I'm in contract with a US firm to coach US people as well. International, right? I want to build my brand, my presence. I became a full time investor. I have a diversified asset portfolio of properties, businesses, and stocks, right? I have more than 8 years experience. Yep, I'm managing a 7-figure portfolio and also a small family office. Yep, we opened a stock public account which we'll be sharing later, and we are having TWR returns of 600% today. Yeah, so that's about me.
Right. So my name is Shafiq, as you guys know, right? Yeah, I'm partner with Warren in Academy. I've been full-time trader for 5 years, right? And yeah, so here am I today, right, hosting this session. Next is our special guest, right? This is really special, lah. Right?
Woohoo!
Lucas, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Lucas here. Okay, basically I'm a UOB KayHian remiser. Previously, I worked in an investment bank as an equity analyst for a while, and I'm currently managing 7 figures portfolio right now, and also I've been trading for quite some time now. So there's a lot of hoo-ha in my trading experience, and also I'm been quite lucky that I do have quite some numbers of clients and followers to coach them and to learn together. So later on, I will share some of my trading experience and some of my skill sets and how to set up the trading platform to take advantage of some market movement. So I pass back to Shafiq.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
So Lucas have been our reminder for almost 2 years, right? I mean, like, yeah, we official reminder with us lah. Okay, so um, let's go straight away with the topic today, right? But before that, let's go to very harsh reality in the market. Actually, not many people can trade, right? Even if you learn trade, it will be very difficult for you to overcome the success, right? For you to be profitable in the market is very difficult, and that is the problem that we hopefully can give you guys a tune of mentality, right? Like, yeah, just like a realization, right? What probably missing in your trading. So did you know that according to a statistic, 80% of trader quit within the first 2 years, right? So the question is, if trader really if really being a trader really rewarding, right? You see that many people in Instagram, like many Sifu coach, all that, right? They share their profit like 20%, right? One day, 50% one day, right? If it's really rewarding like that, why why 80% of them, right, trader quit in the first 2 years? So that's critical question that probably we hope we can give you guys the explanation, right? What probably missing in your trading, right? So yeah, the question is why, right? So why? What's missing is actually system. This is what I believe in, right? Because being 5 years in the market, right? Being like Lucas said, hoo-ha in the market, right? Go like roller coaster, even like see what happened this week, today, and whatnot. We are prone to loss in the market because market always change, right? So we need to have a system, a proper system. Okay, many people don't have a proper system. What they learn is just like they want to get a shortcut to success, right? They want to join a group that give them like what to buy, right? Or maybe they didn't do correctly. They know that they need to learn the process, right? How to trade, how to do a technical analysis, how to do fundamental analysis of this, but they don't do correctly because they don't have a proper record of their trade. They don't know what to monitor. They don't know what to revise again and whatnot. So that's very important things lah that we hope again we can cater today. And without system, right, you cannot have a proper learning process and growth. Okay, and in fact, this is what the most important things in trading lah, right? Um, that's why not basically not necessarily means that if you have a system, sure you're going to be profit, right? Sure, like you get that 20% every month or 50% every month. No, right? But from the system, at least you know where's you're wrong, right? Where's what you can improve and whatnot. That basically that is about system, right? So that's why you believe that a lot of people, they're losing money, they don't have a proper system, they angry, don't know how to recover back, then they said trading not work for me, right? So today, me, Warren, and Lucas here, right, we can give you like that, like Mr. Bean just now, right? Mr. Bean here. Because why? Because we know it's no easy way to do this. I believe that Lucas, maybe you can share your experience later. Lucas, maybe you go through a difficulty in your trading journey, right? And how you overcome that, how you can sustain this business, right? It's very interesting for us, for all of us to learn and share together lah, right? So that's why being a trader, you need to have great characters, right? You need to have a correct mindset, system, persistency, creativity, right? Long-term learning mentality, right? Not just like quick success, right? I want to get quick profit, all this, right? Because again, to be the 1%, right? To be the 1% that made in the market, that made it in the market, right? You need to have a proper system. Okay, so go get your FY money. Let's talk about trading system. All right. So that is introduction about what we're going to discuss today. Lucas, so what do you think? What is trading system for you?
Okay, basically you need to have a so-called a winning formula for yourself. Okay, there's no right and wrong what kind of a formula you want to use for example, somebody like to trade for short term, somebody like to trade for invest for long term. Whichever that can really help you to make money, that is a proper trading system. This is my definition of a trading system. And also, you need to go through a stage where you need to fine tune all your trading system, whether this one whether it's suitable for there's like a fundamental side, there's a technical side, somebody like technical more, and this one really depends on your time, your and your effort, and also your character that can sustain through all the trading system you have. Okay, so for me, I would say that definitely I will combine fundamental and technical analysis together to form my trading system, and I do have my own rules whenever come to trades and whenever come for investment. Okay, so this will also I'll personally share in my so-called Telegram channel to my clients and to my followers, so that they can understand why sometimes I pick these stocks and what's the reason behind, and not saying that every time I'll be correct, but definitely through your own proper trading system, you are able to minimize your risk and maximize your return. This is the thing that you want in the long term investment journey lah. Okay, I think Shafiq, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Means that you need to have a proper system when when you picking up your stock, right? Which one to select, right? And your entry and exit. Yeah, without this proper system, obviously you cannot make a proper decision also. But Lucas, because you have been trading for 8 years, right? Later we come to Warren lah, but because you're trading for 8 years, what's the most difficult things that you have go through in the market and how you overcome that?
I would say that the most difficult thing is actually is human nature, fear, and also greed. Okay, even right now, you have your own trading system, and it's sometimes it's very difficult for me to follow, especially when it comes to there's some people saying that, wow, this is so-called insider news, so-called there's some tips that is going to go up. The stocks is multi-baggers, short-term trade, short-term quick money, this kind of thing. Actually, sometimes can be very tempting. Okay, you know that it's definitely is not part of your trading style, trading system. You need to be disciplined, but sometimes because of a greed, you just ignore and you just buy in, and mostly you can be lucky sometime, but there's maybe one or two bad situation happen can easily wipe out some of your returns that you accumulate for years. So this is the thing that you need to really brush up, not only the skill and also the discipline, and also sometimes that you are afraid that or you question yourself whether your stock pick is correct when the share price is dropping. So this is the thing that you need to do really study and do really take initiative to learn more in investment, and also ignore all the noise that is around you. Okay, this is the thing that I find it is part of the challenge that I have even until right now lah. So I think maybe Warren have something to say.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for your honesty, man. I mean, I totally agree. You know, I think a lot of people, what F's people up is when it comes to investing and trading is that they do not have that mindset and sort of, you know, they cannot stomach the volatility. When they see that stock portfolio getting down 30%, 20%, 15% just because of political issues or whatnot, then they're like, oh shit, you know what? I have to sell. But you know, that's where the system comes in place, right? And system is more of knowing what to buy, what to hold, what's your buy plan, what's your sell plan, What's your portfolio management? What is your goals? Like investing is quite simple. It all depends on how deep of an understanding that we have on a business, right? Because that's fundamental. So for investing is a little different. It's not like trading where we look at stock prices and we have cut loss and all that. We assess our reward over risk by qualitative sense. But also we have to back up with valuations. We have to back up with projections, right? So if you, a simple example will be like in 5 years' time, if you believe that Tesla deserves a valuation of 2 trillion, then whatever the stock price is right now, we are just holding a great business, right? So that's an example of an investing system, right? But it's not as easy as just plucking things out of the sky to say that, okay, 5 years, 2 trillion. I mean, we can't be, lying to ourselves. Like, how do we get that, right? So how do we get that is based on projections. How do we get that is based on, how many gigafactories they're going to have, what's their capacity, what is the percentage of them selling the capacity, right? It involves so many things. But all in all, investing, it's all about whether or not we are holding a great business and not having that mindset efforts up along the way, right? So, sectors, there's always cycles, sector rotation, there's cycles. It's market sentiment, which will cause like 40% of why stock prices go down. If we let the market influence our holdings, we will lose like long term, right? So I do not know the statistics for investors, but end of the day, that we need to have a solid system on that, right? A solid investing approach on that. Yeah. So, to sum it up, is basically have a strong mindset. And that is like the hardest thing to master. If you go to courses, like seriously, or some strategies that you learn online, right? That is something that we need experience, basically, right? Is to build a strong mindset. And this will take time. I lost my money on options, Forex, you name it, right? I've been gambling in the market, right? So I've been through all that, and also like not like being paper handed along the way. So what I've been developing is having a proper system basically for investing will mean a good buy and sell plan. Not having to sell even if you 2x the company, just because you believe in this, the business, you believe in its growth, right? Yeah. So that to me is a good system. Yeah.
All right. So very interesting answer from both of Lucas and Warren. All right. From my perspective, right, trading system is about growing in the market. So trading system is like, every system, even like what happened in our country, political system, right? We don't want to talk about politics, but the reason why we have our constitution and whatnot, because there is a system, right, to make everything at least balanced, right? We have a check and balance, we have opposition, government, we have all this. So that is system that hopefully can make us grow, right? So same thing to trading. So in trading, our trading system is basically not because a lot of people, right? Even me myself, last time from my experience, when I start trading, I always think that I need to know the best indicator to know when to enter and exit. What is the best strategy to buy and sell, right? So all of this, and along the way, I figure out many things, right? I learned about many things, but at the end of the day, nothing that really properly works, right? Until I realized that it's not about the strategy itself; it's about system. How you have something to control yourself, right? So system about control yourself, about long-term growing, right? And to stick with your goals, like long-term goals in investing and trading in the market. So that's why I always believe that there's three important components in trading that we need to always cater this, right? So first is sound psychology. We need to have a proper self-emotion. We need to have a system that can control our self-emotion. And we need to have a logical trading strategy so that it can control our method, right? How to enter, how to exit, how much to buy, right? If market is bad, what to do, whatnot, right? So, and lastly, we need to have a system to control our money, right? Our money and risk management plan. Because without this, right, a lot of people out there, right? We even in academy, we see this thing a lot. Many people that they can trade consecutive win many times, right? But with just one fuck up things, right? Sorry, F things, right? F things happen, you you lost all the money that you already accumulate. So again, that's why money is very important. Like money system is very important. So come to the self emotion part, right? I understand that this is what we go through every day, lah, right? Being a trader. So Warren, you know,
Yep.
I always wonder because being an investor, you want to hold for long term, right? How you stomach like 30% drop? How you stomach when everyone said last, for example, right? When
Yep.
last time COVID come to Malaysia, right?
Yep.
I know that during that time you start to accumulate your position also, right?
Yeah.
But what's the reason you do so, right? Why you don't have this, what's your system to control your emotion? Why you don't think market going to be crash or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to fundamentals. Like, it's a health crisis, but whether or not the health crisis will be solved, is it short term, right? Inflation, is it transitory? Is it short term, right? Whatever the market sentiment is, how badly will it affect the companies that we invest? What makes what makes me like stomach that volatility is having to know in 5 years' time, and it's not easy, right? We need to really master this in the case that we are owning imagine you're owning a private business, right? If you own a private business, like let's say your friend's business, the difficulty about that is you can't sell straight away. You need to have a willing buyer to sell it, right? If we have that perception in stocks, we can excel for sure as a fundamentalist, right? Um, because in stock market it's so simple. You got a platform, let's say IBKR or Fidelity or UOB, and you got ticker symbols, right? You got buy, you got sell, you got one click, you lose money, one click, you earn money. So that is like the benefit. We can use that as a benefit simply because we can like make money like in minutes, right? So that's the good thing about trading. But when it comes to investing, it can f you up in a way, right? So how to answer your question, Shafiq? I look at again what is the bear case scenario that I expect from this company in 5 years time or 3 years time, depending on how long is the terminal value. Yeah, and if I have that in mind, if my convictions are strong, I'll be holding that bad boy forever, right? Depending on when I deem that they are, how will they grow in the S curve? Yeah. And if my portfolio management allows it, I'll be buying more on the dips. So this is why we are very fortunate. 2020 was crazy. That's how crazy our gains got, our returns got in the US market. That's why TWR returns we could get like 500% like in like 2 years time. So yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some, right? So that's what I can say. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, there's one thing that we call this psychology in the market, lah, right? There's a financial behavior, we call
Mm-hmm.
behavioral bias, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is everything that related in your finance, right? There's a marketing that really utilize this behavioral bias to make it marketing successful, right? Like there's a example like putting two vending machines side by side, lah. There's a lot of, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of usage lah on behavioral bias, right? Not just about trading, but um, this is what we go through every day, right? And being a trader, we need to understand the behavioral bias that we have inclined to, right? Are you kind of person that have like overconfidence? Are you kind of uh, trader that always worry about your disposition bias, all this kind of thing lah? So again, you need to know this, right? And by that's why I say trading system is about long-term learning, about growing, right? So the more you trade, right, the more you experience, the more experience you have, the more you understand how you behave in the market, right? So I believe, right, Lucas, because you have a lot of client, right, being a remiser. Any comment about behavioral bias, right? Like even like from your perspective, lah, by your own, right, your own trading, right? What is the biggest obstacle when it comes to emotion?
Bigger obstacle. I think I just now I do mention. I think basically, I'll say generally on the biggest things that people are having problems with is greed and fear. This is the thing that
fear.
usually makes people go haywire lah. Okay, when people greed, and you already know that you cannot leverage, you cannot go for margin. You need to keep your risk on your the appetite lah, the risk appetite that you can manage, and somebody just ignore the risk and go for leverage. And when the share price go down, and if you don't leverage, you can hold, you have holding power. But whenever you have leverage, then it's a bit difficult for you to hold, because maybe you will get margin call, and your position will get wiped off because of a leverage effect. This is the thing that really concern me when I go when I do investing. Um, there's the number one rules for me is don't really leverage on your money, and invest whatever you can, and do take the risk that you can manage. This is the most important thing lah. And also, definitely, now I do learn that whenever there's a dip for good company, actually you don't fear to buy when the price is cheap lah. Last time I say I always say that always buy on uptrend. Okay, this is my trading rules. Always buy on uptrend and don't buy on downtrend stocks. But right now, I do have my own investing system. So there's some stocks that maybe in the midterm or in a short term, you look at the chart, actually it's a downtrend. But when you just zoom out to a bigger trend, and you look into their business, actually they are doing fine. Okay, even though the share price has been go down for 30 to 50%, actually it's a good buy. And I will start to buy in using my own investing system lah. So like maybe by portion, or maybe there's a different kind of strategy. So now I do learn that sometimes you need to take away your fear and start to invest using so-called logical sense rather than emotion. This is very important for me.
So I want to bring something up, right? There's can I chonting something here? Never mind, it's fine. There's two stocks that I invested. That is what I call, sort of contrarian investing. Okay, there's something that you pointed out here: behavioral finance biases, which is herd mentality, right? Herd mentality is basically going with the herd. If it's an uptrend, then we pump in simply because it's a meme stock, it's a goreng stock, whatever it is. Okay, we go. Or if it's people panic selling, then we'll go follow the herd. But if we follow the herd, like if we do that long term, in my opinion, we would not capitalize on opportunities, right? So there are two stocks exactly based on my experience. Okay, Stratasys, a 3D printing company. Guys, if you don't have StockBit, do follow us on StockBit, because we post our thesis for free on certain companies. Certain companies also, we also keep it up, and that's for our our own exclusive membership for people, right? But Stratasys is a company that you can see the stock price like that, like going down. If you want to trade, it's like long-term downtrend, right? But I do not look at stock prices. You know what I mean? I look at businesses. I look at the price to book ratio. I look at this is a business with a good product market fit, although it's slow growth. But I like it that way, right? I don't like huge like meme stocks, right? I don't go in AMC. I don't go in Bitcoin, whatever it is. So what I'm trying to say is that contrarian investing is that you're going opposite of the herd. Stratasys, when I invested, I deemed that it was undervalued, but potential growth play, like 10 years time. And I was fortunate enough to be selling off my capital when they went up 300%. Another company is Dropbox, and we are having a workshop tomorrow, right? In case you guys don't know, we'll be talking about Dropbox, its fundamentals. We'll be assessing it together. We'll be giving some value out of that. But Dropbox, in another sense, is like that also. Same pattern, going up, going down, right? So then my own US friends, my own members are telling me, hey, Warren, why are you investing in this company? The stock price is like going up and down. I'm like thinking, wait, what? I don't, guys, we don't look at that, right? We don't look at stock prices. We look at the business, whether or not it's undervalued today, overvalue tomorrow, like, or 5 years time, whatever it is, what is the valuation? What is the intrinsic value? What is the value do they deserve in 5 years time, right? This is what I care about. Investing is all about this, guys. We're investing for the long term. We're investing for tomorrow, for 5 years, 3 years. We're not investing based on what we saw yesterday, right? It doesn't matter what's the PE yesterday. What matters is the forward PE, right? 5 years time. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, mindset of just stock price, looking at stock price like that, we are crazy if we invest that way. Like what Lucas said, right? Invest with logic. And an example of what Lucas also mentioned, will be capitalizing on, probably, guys, again, these are not buy call, sell calls, okay? We're not financial advisors. Hopefully you guys do your own duty. But we were discussing about, like, potential in Hong Kong stocks, or like China stocks, basically, right? Baba, Tencent, because of government, like sort of the recent government announcements, their stock prices are getting hammered. But when we look at the fundamentals, they're actually increasing, right? So these are sort of logic things that we should ask ourselves, like, hey, you know what? Don't be freaking out just at the stock price, right? We look at the business, whether or not 3 years time will be growing, and it all boils down to what is your portfolio strategy.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Means that you also learn behavioral bias, right? And not about behavioral bias about yourself, but about market also, right? There's a herd mentality in the market, how you be a contrarian in that kind of situation, right? So yeah, that's very interesting, right? So behavioral bias, this is something that you need to at least read to understand, right? But for us to overcome this, right, we need to have a proper like journaling, right? And a proper journaling, like you do like every note, comment of whatever counter you buy, right? And yeah, you jot down everything that you think is important, right? That later on you're going to look back and analyze where's gone wrong, for example, right? So that's why you need to have the emotional awareness, right? Emotional awareness that that, oh, when I have like 3 consecutive win, I tend to be overconfident, something like that. So you know that what is your emotion behavior, right? And you have a system to control that. That's basically emotional awareness, right? So so that's why in Facademy we have our Discord group, right? We have our Discord server which we cater all things about trading, but not just about what to buy, what to sell, right? We basically try to sell. We basically try to share the experience of trading, right? Our journey together in the market, right? So when market panic, all this, right? What we are joking around lah, all this. So yeah, so that's something that you need to have, right? So because you cannot trade alone, right? Because if you trade alone or you invest alone, right, you don't have the strong mentality as those guys with many people, right? Meaning that you need to have your friends and peers lah in trading, in investing, right? So maybe Warren, he invests in Tesla, for example, right? When Tesla drop, like cow drop, right? Who should he go to, right? To his friends and family that also trade in or invest in Tesla, right? They will strengthen their conviction for each other or not, right? They will discuss what to do or not. Yeah, buy more, right? So yeah, I mean that's the key thing, right? That we need to control our emotion, right? So again, learn behavioral bias to learn how human psychology involved in making decision in the market, right? And use this to develop our awareness.
Can I say something? Sorry, I just want to point out something. You're talking about like investing in trading. Should it be done together? I just want to point out something. After having that, like honestly, like finding out Tesla was thanks to Rondi, right? Our mutual friend, co-founder of Stockbit. I thanks to him on Tesla. But end of the day, when I dig in my own DUD, whenever I wanted more and more updates, like I do not like sort of go to him. I just like have a chit chat on hey, Tesla's going up, Tesla's going down, time to buy more. That's all. But I turn in more to my US friends, and we have a sort of like a cult following on Tesla, right? And it's not just simply on stock price, to the moon, all that. We don't talk about that. We talk about like updates. We talk about battery tech, right? Like what I'm trying to say essentially is that we need that in investing. We need that in trading. Like seriously, like Lucas, I also want to know your thoughts. You are facilitating like 2K, 2.3K, 2.6K group, right? how do you, what do you think about people having to go on the investing or trading journey themselves? Like, do they need, do they need people and do they need friends and all that? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you need to have some guidance, or you need to have some experienced people around to give you some opinions. And very sad to say that in Malaysia, if you really want to go for investing, actually, it's quite limited choices around lah. So mostly, if you are looking for investment, usually it will be Hong Kong and US. I would say that. Okay, what is the difference between trading and investing? Is trading is you're finding short term opportunity. Some catalyst is good for short term, and you buy and then you sell within a period of time. And investing is the businesses continue to grow, and I think that maybe in 10 years time, 20 years time, the business will still be growing. Like for example, this is how Warren Buffett spot Apple shares. I don't think in short period of time they are going for sunset industry lah. So this is a long-term investment. So you just ignore the volatility around, and you keep on checking on their businesses, keep on checking on their company cultures, and what sort of new technology they are offering. Like for example, Tesla. I do believe that Tesla is a long-term investment stocks. But you need to figure out the valuations and the pricing that you're buying in. This one, okay. Like for example, some say that because of COVID, some company do benefit from them, and you need to check whether it's a short term or long term investment. So if it's short term, then you need to just follow your trading plans, or whatever it is, like a technical side or fundamental side. But one thing is, you need to really have your own thoughts. Critical thinking and logic sense is the most important thing in your trading journey lah. I would say that, and do write
Nice.
out, like Shafiq say, do write out why you buy, why you sell, and keep on improving on your system.
Nice. Thanks for
Actually,
that. Yeah,
very,
I do
very-
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what Shafiq does. Like seriously, you look at him like young, but this guy is like disciplined to the max. I'm not kidding, man. Like this guy. Oh shit, my camera lost connection. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
can.
yes.
No
I don't know
problem.
why. I don't know why my mic, my camera suddenly lost connection. Yeah. Yeah. You can look at him like he's young and all that, but actually he has a system. He puts reasons why he sell, why he buy, how did he lost, why did he lost. So yeah, this is something that we believe that we do not have to go in this journey alone. That's why we sort of have like a community, like a family in Academy. Yeah. So I'm just telling out there that this is being part of the independent subscription sort of thing on Discord group lah. Yeah. But thanks for your input, man.
Yep.
Yep.
So knowing all of this, right, you need to learn about yourself and also learn about how to take advantage of the market, right? Understanding all this emotional, and you need to embrace your emotion lah. Because actually, what makes us different from robot trading, like robo trading, right, AI or not, because we can make our own judgment with our emotion, right? Actually, emotion is, we can say, is our weaknesses when it comes to trading. But if you know how to take advantage of that, right, if you know how to control that, right, it can be one of the really like your secret to success. I always said this you look at George Soros, for example, how he start the Black Monday, right, in the UK, right? Black Monday, right? Yeah. So how he start that? According to like computer, if you think like computer, right, that is like absolutely like crazy, right? But because you are human, right? Because as a human, you know how to control the emotion, and you know what you want to get and whatnot. So he can make that decision, right? So embrace your emotion, and coming to self-emotion learning curve, right? It should be like exponential. The more you trade, the more you understand yourself, right? So yeah, just keep consistent and persistent in trading, but make sure, right, you know how to grow lah. Means that you need to keep journal and whatnot, right? So this is come to the second part, which is trading method. How to control the trading method, right? So for me to control my trading method, I need to have a proper thesis, okay? And to have proper thesis, right? By giving me the empirical support, theoretical support, and psychological pain, right? I need to at least cover all these three things, right, before I place any position in the market, right? So that I know the reason why I enter, right? What expectation that I have, right? And how is that what is the implication to my portfolio, right? So and I also understand that market is always changing, right? Just now Lucas mentioned that he used to be like a trader that always trade in counter that is uptrending only, right? But because he learned over the time, right? And market is always changing. Maybe times call him to learn a new skills, right? New strategy, right? To maximize his profit in the market. So you need to be versatile in the market lah. You need to know when to change your strategy, right? What happened in the market that affect your strategy, all this, right? Actually, it's not easy, right? At one time you think that, all right, your breakout strategy is really perfect, right? You trade 1 month win, but when there's a very important change in the market, a very sometimes very minor change in the market, right? It really affect everything. Your breakout trade is not really work anymore, right? You need to use another strategy. So you need to be versatile and keep in mind that market always changing. That's why again, system is about long-term growing, right? You need to keep up with change in the market, right? So coming to this, right? Maybe Lucas, you want to share how strategy is?
Okay. Okay. I just based on just now the graph that
You want
Shafiq
to share
showed.
screen, by the way?
Okay. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Sure, no
Can you
problem.
see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, basically, okay, this is just a simple setup. Mine daily setup will be much complicated. Okay, because I adjust my screen a bit. The resolution is this one is smaller. Okay, usually when I use 4K resolution, my chart will be looks bigger lah. Okay, so I don't go for the setting just now. I go for the setting right now. Okay, usually the most important part that I think investor or traders do when they are coming in as a new investor or new trader, the first thing they need to do is to create a watch list by sector. I would say that by sector, you need to create a watch list so that you can uh, grab some opportunity when the opportunity come lah. Okay, so usually, okay, this is a UOB trading account. So I'll just screen off some of the stocks in my watch list. Okay, like for example technology. So whenever there's movement in technology, so I'll first to know lah. So and also it really helps you to do your homework, to do your studies much easier when it comes to like for example industry trading, trend tradings. Okay, so in Malaysia, definitely the fund is quite limited. Okay, in Malaysia, so you will see a very obvious fund switching in different industry. So when the the tech is doing well, and most of the tech companies will go up together. And when in for example glove counter is going up, and other glove counters will follow also. So you definitely need a watch list first, and then after that, my setting in UOB KayHian is I will put a technical chart beside, so that whenever there's a movement, I will be looking at the chart. Okay, this is for trading lah. Okay, and also another important thing is in UOB KayHian trading system, there's a so-called retail trade monitor. So when the market is live, So whenever there's a people buying and selling, this thing will move. Okay, you will see a blank screen over here because the market is closed right now. So when the market is open, then whenever there's a trade done by the markets, so the things will move. So in like normal days, trading days, I will look at the market trade monitor when I'm working because I have multiple screen. So when there's volume come in, I'll be watching, I'll be monitoring. So this is how sometimes I get some advantage over some investor or trader, because I do monitor the so-called the market. So if you are busy at work and you have no time to monitor the market, then you need to adjust your trading plan. You need to maybe switch to mid-term or switch to investment strategy rather than trading for short term. So another thing that I will say that is very important is you do screen out the changes over here. So usually I'll filter out by the percentage of change in the market in different industries, so that I'll see that which stock is going up today and which stock is going down today. So I have a clearer look on day trade lah, if I'm doing day trade. Okay, I think pretty much that's all for um, current live sharing. That definitely there will be more to come, and there's more skill and there's more tips when you are setting up your training system, or you are doing trading, which details that you need to look into, like for example market trade and queuing analysis and all these things is also very important. But today I'm just going to briefly share some of my setting in my trading system. Okay, I will hand over to Shafiq,
Awesome.
and if you have if audience have any questions, they can ask me too. I'll try to answer you.
Yep. Right. Anything you want to add?
No, not for trading. Unfortunately, for you're talking about trading strategies. I my knowledge is not so wide as you guys. Yeah. So I think you can
Okay.
move on. Yep.
Right. So yeah, for me, I mean, obviously we need to have a proper routine lah, right? You need to screen, you need to know how we do analysis, right? All of this. But come back to the versatility in the market, right? You need to adjust. You need to know that you need to adjust yourself, lah, right? Basically, right? So to adjust yourself, you need to have the skills, the versatility that you at least have. Obviously, right? All these 8 strategy in the market, right? Not all I'm expert lah, right? My niche probably swing trading and day trading, right? Yeah, and rebound trading, something like that. But not everything I can do here, right? For example, like position trading or this, right? It's not suit with me well, right? But I know how to do that at least, right? When the time come, probably I can utilize that. So probably little bit of sharing about some of our trading strategy here, right? First is about position trade, and in fact, this is something that we also share in. I used to share in Technical Tuesday also, lah, right? So position trading is the theory is very simple, right? You want to trade counter that is have established trend, right? So especially in Malaysia, we can only long, right? So we need a counter that establish uptrend trend, right? So that we can ride the trend. So this is what we call position trade. And when you exit your position, when the trend is very late, right? So what you need to know from this strategy is simple. You need to define what is your perimeter for when the trend change, when trend start to uptrend and when the trend start to downtrend, right? So if you have that as a perimeter, it's good enough for you to do position trading. And in fact, if you are busy in the market, right, this is something that you need to do, right? Especially in Malaysian market, because in Malaysian market, probably it's difficult for you to invest, right? You see, last time we have like K Power, SCIB, all this, right? You see the price, everyone say that the fundamental is good or not, but at the end of the day, right, you still need to stick with technical, especially in Malaysian market, because we are not very efficient yet, right? So one strategy that you can apply is position trade, right? So when the trade is obviously broke your trend, the trend start changing, let it go, right? So don't stick, don't too stick with your things lah, right? Unless you really know what you do, right? You really believe on something, right? On your fundamental or not, right? So yeah, alright. You just now you're laughing. Anything you want to add?
No, I was laughing because I mean, K power SCIB is something beyond control, beyond people's control, right?
Yep.
I think that will not be appropriate example because it's beyond our control. But I do agree what you said that sometimes it's a little bit difficult in Malaysia, but end of the day, there are definitely gems in Malaysia, right? There are definitely companies that is investing worthy. The only thing is that sometimes because of political things, because of market sentiment, people cannot stomach the volatility, and it will f a lot of people up lah. So yeah, that's why it's good to have both strategies, trading and investing. There's definitely both best of both worlds, right? The advantages and disadvantages for each. So it's better to be versatile lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
would
actually,
say
right,
that
this position. Sorry.
I just
Sorry, Lucas,
add
go
on
ahead.
a bit. I would say that in Malaysia, anyhow, you also need to look at a technical a bit. So it's like you cannot just look at the fundamental side because my I would say that sometimes Malaysian business maybe something is not so transparent, especially come to those project based company. Okay, so
Yeah.
sometimes I would say can be a bit fine tuned in terms of the figure. So definitely follow TA a bit lah, technical a bit lah. So when broke trend like Shafiq say, your position trading, then you just need to out of the position lah. Whether what kind of strategy you use, definitely look at the technical side a bit. In Malaysia lah, definitely. In
Yeah.
US side, then you can just learn like Warren Buffett, hold and don't look at any technical chart lah.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, no lah. I would say no lah.
Well,
So
I
we
think
Don't do
all
that.
here
Don't
agree
do
with
that.
that.
I think it depends, lah, bro. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I do agree. I used to be the total investor guy. Seriously, I totally fundamental guy. To me, like technical analysis is trash last time, right? But when I met Shafiq, I was very fortunate enough to meet Shafiq from Rondi, right? And when I met Shafiq, I'm like, wow, this guy, like different perspective already. Seriously, like, and it's exactly like what you said, Lucas. Like I believe that we should have both because before you time the entry, before you have an entry like or exit, you should always look at the charts whether or not it's a good thing. And
I would say that because Malaysia is a very unique market, so price sometimes do tell story. Okay, and especially in Malaysia, because Malaysia, you can say that or the price sometimes is reflecting something, whether it's bad news or good news, they are reflecting something, and then the news come later. Okay, this is what happened in Malaysia, not like US. Everything when it's like the result out and it's under expectation, the share price go down. Malaysia is go down first. Why you don't know? Then after that, the result come out. So
got it.
Malaysia, TA is you need to look at lah. I would say that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I want to address a question from the comments, right? Elaine Tan. She asked that for newbies in stock market, which strategy to learn first, trading or investing? What do you guys think?
I would say build your fundamental, build your base at fundamental analysis, then add on technical analysis. Definitely, you need to know how to screen out businesses. You need to brush out your common sense. You need to know what is the logical thinking, critical thinking, whatever you call it. Then only you look at technical. I would say this is a thing that I will advise all the investor. Don't straight away look at technical unless you are trading for commodities, forex or other things. Okay, for stocks, fundamental first, always.
Totally agreed. I mean, that's the basic of stock market, right? We're not gambling, we're looking at businesses. So having that fundamental base as a foundation, that, from the basics of what is the company business model, what are they selling, whether or not they have a growth in trend, consumption, whether or not you project that their earnings will grow, that's the most important. That's like the base. But definitely do not neglect trading, right? Do not neglect technical analysis, simply because of, there's a lot of benefits, right? From price action, especially like what Lucas said, in Malaysia, it's a special market. Price can tell the story. So yeah, that I would say both is the best. But maybe it will also reflect on our portfolio. Some people will be like, okay, I got 5,000 ringgit. Why should I invest when I can, put in just investing is like holding long term, right? So I buy in this company and I just hold 1 year, I get 15%. That's only what, 650 or fine, whatever. My maths is fail lah. But anyway, yeah. So some people argue on that. So what do you guys think about that?
I would say that it's a bit right and wrong lah. Okay, so investing is actually how you look at the price and growth projections. Okay, so investing can be you can have a very good returns in short period of time. Like for example, Tesla, you call it trading or investing. I will call it investing because the company do grow very fast. Okay, in the pace. So that's wrong to say. I would say that maybe on different perspectives, say that investing definitely you will have a low returns, 10% returns or 15% returns. I don't think not necessary. Okay, sometimes investment can be very fast in return also. So this is the skill set that you have to analyze the stocks and the skill set that you think about the future growth projections and mostly are related to logic thinkings lah. For example,
I totally agree.
buy on
Like seriously, stocks like in US, stocks like Upwork, stocks like Tattoo Chef, on the lows, if we manage to grab them early, we could easily get like 50% in 2 months, right? So knowing that stock pricing is always pricing things early, and I don't want to be lunsy, but like 20% returns overall portfolio in a year is very achievable, right? So as long as we're compounding that, I think it's good. But I totally agree with what you say, Lucas. If you are in the market long enough, you will know that even in investing, you can get awesome returns, right? In 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you can get like 30%. So yeah, I mean, I would say be in the market lah. I would say know your strategies, be in the market.
Sometimes it's also about opportunities lah. So you need to really read up a lot, and you need to talk to people. Then you will know opportunities around. Then you will just figure out lah.
Nice.
Correct. My thought about this, market is about business. The underlying about stock market is business, right? So that's why it's very important for you to at least understand the business, or just like understand the logical sense of the sector. For example, right? Why Malaysia have like why you see oil and gas not really moving, right? Even though they have a good, not really good result, but yeah, all this kind of thing you need to ask again, right? You need to have the logical sense. But this is what Rondi used to tell me. He said that if you are still young, especially, right, and in fact, being in the market, you need to know how to invest and how to trade. You need to know how to look at things from fundamental and technical. Why? Because from fundamental, you understand the business, right? But from technical, you understand the sentiment, right? And being in the market is all about sentiment and business, right? So you need to basically like combine best of the both world, right? You don't need to be expert both, but at least you have one that you really have things that you can depend on, right? Me personally, I'm technical trader. I understand the business very little bit, but I'm more to technical trader, right? But time to time, I realize that I need to change that mentality. Business is important, right? Especially if I want to survive in longer term, right? And I cannot be a trader for forever, right? At one time, I want to be invested, right? To have a peace of mind, right? So yeah, And coming to your question, right, Eileen, the best strategy as in technical, right? In technical, the best strategy for you to learn for beginner actually position trade. And I know one of the best person in position trade is Lucas itself. Lucas himself is very good at position trade, right? Yeah, and I know this because we used to do technical Tuesday together inside your group and whatnot. But yeah, position trade is one of the strategy that you easy to understand from theory, right? And yeah, easy to do also lah, right? So yeah, position trade. Next, you can do breakout trade. So breakout trade is simple. You need to define your trading range, right? You need to understand what is what we call complete breakout, right? And yeah, some people not agree with breakout trading because they think that we chase at high price and whatnot. But again, if you really understand the trading range and breakout pattern, all this, right? This is a strategy that you can really utilize on, right? And yeah, for example, last time our hack star lah, like this is just for example, right? You say that this is potential for breakout, right? And it testing that, right? And the third strategy probably is pullback trading. And in fact, this is my main strategy this week. You know, when I see panic selling, I noticed that in the market around 3:30 like that, right? Approaching to 4 p.m., right? Market is panic, like suddenly panic, right? So I try to read that panic, right? I try to see where's the panic, right? See there's an oversold in the market, like huge selling momentum out of nowhere with strong volume, right? There must be like one or two candles that you can scalping at least, right? And I do this on do very recently on the NO warrant, right? Even today we see that opportunity, but unlucky that the pullback is too fast lah, right? The price drop and go up like that. But yeah, this is things that you need to. That's why I said that we need to be versatile, because when market change, you need to change also lah, right? And again, when you want to know what to change, right, you need to have a proper journaling, right? You need to record. When you stick to one strategy and it's not really working, you need to figure out again what actually is the mistake, right? What's best strategy that you can apply later, something like that. So yeah, build your conviction, support your decision with logic, reason, right? Do a thesis analysis, and need to understand that your thesis is not infallible, right? You can be wrong, right? So don't afraid to admit the wrong lah, right? And market always changing, right? Like I said. And yeah, in trading method learning curve, right, we following the market. When the market is changing, we also change. Last time, even in fundamental, right, last time people looking at value investing, but times change. People look at growth investing now, right? Then time change again. So you see, market always change. Right? Okay, all right. Right. Yeah. Okay. So next come the money management, which is the third part that you need to really cater in your trading system, right? First, you need to have perception of value. You need to have your target lah, right? For both short term, long term. So in Academy, we call this satisfied return for short term, right? Like every time you close your book, right? Some trader close book every week. Some trader close book every day. Day trader. Some trader close book every month, right? But what's your satisfied return when you close a book, right? And yeah, what's the strategy lah? Should you accumulate? Should you all these things lah, right? And at the end of the day, you need to have the bigger goal, because this bigger goal, right, will make you strong lah when time is difficult, right? You need to have the long term mindset, which is what we call FOI money, right? So coming to this, Warren, you want to explain what is FOI money?
Yeah, sure. But just now I was thumbs up is because I would just want to tell us that, Shafiq is right. The market is always changing. We should always be versatile. And why I'm thumbs up is because for Academy, we focus on growth investing, right? Now, people can argue what is growth, what is value. Growth basically means that whether or not this company deserves a better valuation later on, based on their growth in earnings, right? Faster growth in earnings, better growth in, their management, their innovation, everything that stirs up fundamentally to grow that company. That's all there is. But before I talk about FY money, what is your opinion, Lucas, on growth investing? And how many percent of your portfolio, is in that?
Okay. I'll say that definitely right now is the value investing actually do tweak a bit, do change a bit into growth that is more important right now. Why I say so? Because last time when you talk about value investing, usually you talk about valuation. And why people talk about valuation? Because the market growth steadily. They don't grow like exponentially. They don't like shoot up very fast. Okay, right now because of technology, people when they create companies, especially on the tech side, their growth is like tremendous. The rate is like you just cannot imagine. So people are focusing on growth, and they are giving out higher valuations compared to last time. So whenever you're looking at like for example last time people used to say 10 PE, how much ROE ROI will be good for investing. Right now people are looking at growth, looking at the growth percentage, and looking at how fast they can expand their business, and giving some projections on the numbers, especially on revenue, rather than focus on profit, because growth do stand like very important when they, especially when they want to just took over the market shares. So right now, I would say that even though some company is losing money, like for example, last time Tesla is losing money, people still invest in. Like for example, Spotify, Shopify, this kind of company. Uh, Basically, we're looking at growth. Okay, so when there's growth, when there's a the capability that to take up market shares, this kind of company, then we can invest in this kind of company.
Yeah, that's great. Like, I mean, seriously, in when people depend on fundamentals, some people they look at financials first, right? And if we look at the financials, we will never be investing in PayPal 10 years ago. We will never be investing in Square. We'll be never
Correct,
investing in Tesla.
correct.
Seriously, this is not the right way to go, right? That is what I mean by growth investing, is because we understand the qualitative analysis and business itself, right? The qualitative side of things to determine, okay, this company, they deserve a better valuation, right? So, you guys that are, looking at the comments, right? Let us know. Do you invest in growth, right? I mean, what stocks are you looking at? How many percent of your portfolio is in growth investing? Let us know. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Lucas. Thanks for your answer, man. That's great. Now, moving on. Money management is actually, it comes back down to what is our FY life and what is the FY money. So, what is FY money? It's basically fuck you money. Okay. I'm not sure if I can swear in Facebook, but I did anyway. So, can you just fast forward all the slides, Shafiq? Yeah. So basically, in Academy, we talk about FY money and what is FY money. Basically, at the end of the day, how much do you want in your retirement, right? What is your retirement money? Because we have to work backwards, right? This is money management. That is the goal that we should have. This is the why we invest. We don't invest simply just to make money. We need a goal. So what is that amount that you guys deem that you are free, right? When it comes to the stock market or your stock portfolio? Is it 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, right? So we have to work to that. And what is the logical, percentage that you can have a year to compound that wealth, right? The concept of FY money is basically saying F you to your boss, right? That's the concept. So, I mean, what is yours? What is your FY money? It could be an FY lifestyle, could be like having passive income, obviously, right? Traveling whenever you like, being a full-time investor or trader. By the way, guys, we are not like really like billionaires, but we are living our FY life. Hopefully, you have found your FY life, right? I'm a full-time investor. Shafiq is full-time trading. I took a big leap, right? having to leave my family business to go on this. So this is what we want, right? This is what we do at the end of the day. Your FY life could be more free time with your family and your kids, right? Whatever it is. Do you have that identified? That is money management, because I mean we have to be realistic, right? FY money will lead you to that life. Yep. So let's say you set a milestone, like your first 15 years, you want to touch 7 figures. Let's say, how much money is needed to start? 10K, 20K, 50K? Shafiq, can you go next? Just fast forward lah. Yeah, so basically FY money, or what we call fire your boss plan, will simply relate to you having that financial planning, your money management on how to achieve that 7 figure, right? So let's say your take home income is 3,003. Sorry for you guys lah. Okay, after taxes. Your expenses is 2,003, leaving your savings to be 1,000, right? So I always ask this, especially my US students, out of a scale of 1 to 5, in your opinion, right, 5 being the most, what is your conviction level that this asset class, stocks, can grow your net worth? If your answer is 5 or 4.5, then the goal, the strategy is to earn our money, save it, and invest. Then we don't stop there. We reinvest, right? So, this is just a little bit of money management, is that if you manage to save up 20,000, having a satisfactory return of 20% per year, our free goal will be like 7 figures, will be 15 years later, right? That's a goal right there. Now, I know 20,000 is substance for you guys, right? A lot of people in the market have more than that. But do you have that, right? So let us know in the comments, right? What is your satisfactory return a year, right? Like, Lucas, seriously, what is your satisfactory return a year, bro?
I would say that this one also depends on your cash flow. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
your cash
True.
flow, and if your cash flow is increasing year by year, definitely maybe it's your business or is your paycheck is increasing, then definitely you can lower down your returns a bit, the percentage of returns. But if your cash flow is consistent and it's not increasing, then definitely you need a higher rates of returns over your investment. Like for example, Shafiq say 20%. Okay, so for me is I think that compounding that's 10 to 15% a year, that will be beating the market already lah.
Awesome. That's great.
So
But Shafiq said, no, I want 5% a month. But that is what we're aiming.
You can do that, but one thing is I just add on a bit. One thing is whenever you grow your fund into 5 figures, into 6 figures or 7 figures, your risk appetite actually do change to low risk. So in a long stretch of 10 years, and assume that you are doing well in investing and your paycheck is increasing, so stretch out is like 10 to 12% a year. Actually, it's good. Maybe for the first 3 to 5 years, you can have 20% or 25%, and maybe after that you can lower down a bit to 20% or 15%. But generally, you invest in a much safer industry or stocks lah. Cannot be every year 7 figure, 8 figure, you keep 20% returns. It's a bit not logic lah, in a sense.
Yeah. That also the reason why I say I cannot be trader for for a long time, right? I mean, at one time I need to change myself to be investor.
Correct.
But again, But again, the reason why you need to have this perception of value, right? What you want to achieve, right? I mean, again, is go back to your lifestyle, go back to your cash flow, all of this. But this thing we cannot answer for you, right? Maybe Lucas said that 10 to 15, right? Maybe Warren said 20, 30. Right? Me, probably I say 5% every month, but right. But at the end of the day, right, you yourself, right, have the correct answer. You yourself know what the best return that you need to, the best satisfied return that you want to achieve, right? And when you have this perception of value, this can at least control your emotion to not be great in the market, right? Like if you just have the mindset that, all right, I want to get 10% or 15% a year, you have 12 months, right? to grow that. Like at least 1 month you your position up 2%. It's good enough, right, for you to secure that, right? So that's why you need to know your strategy, lifestyle, or this. But what important is perception value, right? You know what you want to achieve. A lot of people don't have this in the market, so they like just gambling. Oh, when I can make money, I enter, right? Ask friend, oh, can buy this counter? Okay, I put this. I put 20,000, right? Can go when to sell, right? Because why? Because they have the perception of
Yeah,
value.
they
They
don't have
don't know
plans.
what to achieve. Yeah, right. So that's why in Academy we also coach our members to do portfolio planning, right? Because we help you guys to understand what's your portfolio goals, what is the how to manage your gain and loss by compound or by doing withdrawal according to your lifestyle, cash flow and whatnot, right? When to close the book, right? What's the standard risk to reward ratio that you need to be accept, right? According the standard risk to reward ratio that you need to accept according to your strategy. A lot of things lah, a lot of other metrics that it can help you to plan your portfolio. Because if you have this plan, right, you don't need to be afraid with short term, right? Because along the way, you know that you have a proper system that at the end of the day, this can help you grow back, right? Can help you stand back, right? Because you already have plan. Everything is already planned, right? And you know you control everything. You control emotion. You control your methodology. You also control your money management, right? So yeah, don't be just like rainbow lah, right? Right? But at the end of the day, a lot of our members, so I believe a lot of Lucas clients, so right, they come and go in the market because over the long run, they cannot feel the gain in the market, right? They profit. One big loss, then they couldn't feel the gain. Yeah.
Maybe let me add on something. I would say that before your trading plans, before your trading system or any plans, you need to figure out what actually you want to gain from the market first. Actually, what you want to gain from the investment first. Okay, is it passive income? Is it retire earlier? You need to figure out this first, because whenever you have a target, then you can plan accordingly. For example, you are just a fresh grad, and you say you want to have growth in your equity, your net worth, then you need to have a different kind of strategy, growth strategy, higher risk strategy. If you are looking for maybe child education funds, or maybe you have passive income, just like to sustain maybe some of your lifestyle, then you need to have different plans. So you after you create all this plan for your life, then only you look into investment plan. Okay, you need to plan for your
True.
life first, what you want to do with your life, and what kind of living lifestyle you want, and what stage you are in. Okay, if you are nearly retired and you have a huge funds, I would say you can focus on passive income investment or cash investment, rather than go for high growth investment. Maybe some of the portion you can put for high growth, but not all. You need to switch to a more conservative kind of investment strategy. So really depends on what you want to do in your life.
Yeah, definitely agree. Right, that's basically what we preach lah, right? In
Yep,
academy,
this is
right?
what
That's
we've been
why.
preaching. FY money, FY lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on, man. Great.
So even though you are trading, right, short term in the market, but you need to have that long term goals, right? What you want to be, what lifestyle that you want to live in, and whatnot, right? So yeah, definitely agree with what Lucas said. And lastly, you need to have the money management strategy, lah, right? What is the strategy to maximize your profit and minimize your loss, right? Here we have like 5 money management strategy. But if you're interested to know more, maybe you can join our coaching class, lah. But yeah, I mean, hopefully by all this thing that we share today, right, you got the idea, right? What is actually needed in your trading system? Because I believe, right, a lot of people don't realize this thing, and they don't have the correct way of thinking, right? The correct mindset to be in the market, right? So yeah, to conclude this part, right, money management is arguably most important part lah, right? Again, like I said, if you don't have your goals, you don't know how to handle your money or not, right? You don't have plan for your portfolio. At the end of the day, you cannot even feel your gain, right? And yeah, need to have clear perception of value. We need to keep record, right? You notice even since when we talk about emotion, trading methodology, come to money management, everything is about journaling, right? Because if you learn risk management 101, first thing first, you plan. Second, you execute your plan. Third, you need to monitor your plan, right? And revise your plan. So you need to have four of these, right? This is like basic 101 risk management, okay? So yeah, keep journal, keep track everything. So you know what to improve, right? And yeah, have a learn strategy to maximize your profit and minimize your loss. And yeah, for us to learn to understand, right, the money management learning curve. Money management learning curve is like this. Why is like staircase like this? Because when you grow up, right, maybe your paycheck getting increased, maybe your portfolio getting increased, right? So all of this, right, the bigger the money, right, the more difficult you need to manage your money. That's why Lucas is very correct lah. At first, maybe you have like 10,000. It's easy to handle, right? But once you have 100,000, once you have 1 million, it's not as easy as last time. Last time you can say that I made 50%, right? But when you have 1 million, right, it's not easy to have 50%, right? You get what I mean? So that's why money management, the learning curve is like this, staircase, right? So when you gain at one stage, right? Let's say you manage to grow your portfolio from 50,000 to 100,000, for example, right? You need to have the mental adjustment on how to manage the 100%. 100,000, right? So the bigger that, right, the bigger your need to, right, grow. You get what I mean? So that's why, hence the learning curve is like this. Okay, so that's why we say that, right? In academy, right? Yeah, even in the market, right, you need to know to take the risk. You need to brave enough to take the risk. You need to take the lead, but you need to make sure that you know the correct way, right? So if you want to know the correct way, you need to be with the experienced person lah. Be with Lucas, be with Warren, right? Be with us in academy, right? So yeah, so this is our performance so far, right? So what we have in academy, we have what we call public portfolio. So this public portfolio, we record, we have a location that we share to public, right? So year to date, this is investing, Warren. So anything you want to add here?
Yeah, so maybe go a little one slide back. Sorry, we recently had a
One slide back.
beat the we recently sorry one more. We recently had a beat the odds workshop lah, where we were preaching all these trading stress system, investing system, and we want to tell you guys that we have a public portfolio out there. Right, we are managing actually a 7-figure portfolio. Now it wasn't 7 figures; it was 6. It grew in 2020. And we decided to show our members what we trade, what we invest, all our moves. This is what we get when in academy in the group. So can you move on one? Up to date, this is actually the returns from recording back all the way from 2019. Yep, and 2019 all the way today, we actually grew to 200%, which we're very fortunate, right? We're very fortunate. We are in the market. We are full time, so this is the advantage of Info Academy lah. Yes, can you go next? The breakdown of all this we'll actually reveal in our group members lah. So for an investing account, in 1 year, S&P 500 went up 30%, 32%. We had 120%. Right now, the NAV, net asset value of the account, is 823,000 ringgit. In US, is 196. Right. Go one more. And this is so that's in US. This is actually a UOB account, right? Having 79% unrealized lah. Basically, we're actually holding good companies. Yeah. This is the amount. These are actually snapshots to show that okay, this is the 7 figures, right? So then go next week. Yeah, that's highlighting the gains. We're just showing the gains, right? And if you follow on us on the trading part, we also have a public account for trading where Shafiq is handling that account. So every month, whenever we have gains, what was the conclusion of that month? For example, we traded like DNOCI or whatever it is, we will actually have that comment there. What we did wrong? Like even if it's losses, we also post. So we're real, right? We're transparent. We're fortunate enough to from January onwards, 2021, we grew to 33,000 to 53,000. So why are we doing this? Is because we want to show everyone that, okay, I mean, we can do it, right? Even if it's a small amount, 33,000, 20,000, we can still do it. We want to let people know that, okay, this is what we preach, right? We walk the talk, and we are fortunate to have 9.66% average gains on this trading account, right? So maybe you can emulate what we do. This is part of being for Academy. Yeah.
Yeah, and also in our being our exclusive member, you can be inside our Discord, right? So one of the things inside our Discord is we share everything, every move that I made, right, for our FY Trader Public. It's not for buy and sell call, right? Because we not believe on buy and sell call. It's just to show the transparency lah. When we make the move, right, we buy this counter, and yeah, at what point we sell this counter, right? And again, we do a commentary lah. What's the reason and whatnot, right? So that's perks of being our exclusive member, right? And yeah, we're walkway to the future.
Yeah, walkway to the future is basically like, hey, do you guys have a plan for your portfolio, right? Do you ask yourself, like, in 3 to 5 years' time from now, how big is your portfolio going to grow? Exactly like what Lucas said, right? We need to have a plan. We need to know what do we want. Do you want to be having a 7-figure guy and putting all on dividends, right? We want that relaxed, lifestyle, but even if we are managing a 7-figure portfolio, we are not that, because we still can exponentially grow. I mean, we're still young, right? And we can exponentially grow that wealth, like, definitely. In the public account, seriously, for the investment part, bear case scenario 2x, bull case scenario 5x. This is not derived from like plucking figures out of the sky. This is derived from the valuations that the projections that we did in all the stocks that we hold, right? This is portfolio management, right? We have a buy plan, we have a sell plan, and most of them, 70% of them, we will only sell 5 to 10 years, in the long run. My question is, like, do we have that, right? We need this, right? This is part of portfolio management. And yeah, Fik, just go ahead. Yeah. So beating the odds is about having the mindset and the strategies, maintaining and growing long-term a portfolio strategy. Are we beating the odds, right? Again, bad case scenario 2x, bull case scenario 5x. Working out the valuations in long term based on the terminal value. When do we think that we can grow? This is also part of it. Having that, you can go there. So the desired weightage for a particular stock, right? If it's too heavy right now, 40%, in 5 years' time, what do we want the desired weightage to go to, right? This is a plan. This is part of portfolio management, right? This is what we'll coach in Academy. We also reveal our own accounts, whatever it is, right? So yeah. And also, the members are on track, right? They are on track on beating the odds. I mean, some are actually freaking out because of politics. Yeah, Fik, maybe you can share your Fik and Lucas. Maybe you can share your experience in, I don't know, do people complain to you about the market, or I don't know, what do you guys think in trading?
Let's listen from Lucas first.
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining.
No. No, my question was, are people sort of complaining about the market? Are they like really having that trouble of, the market is bad, so, oh man, I'm down, are there a lot of people like that, or
Demotivate?
what can we tell them?
Depends on what kind of perspective you are looking at. Okay, if you are an investor, definitely it's your opportunity. You should be happy because of the volatility that we have in the market. The business doesn't really get affected by maybe like political short-term issue, and when the so-called the outside problem that affect the company share price, then is your opportunity to buy in. But one thing that is happening right now, and most of the investor in Malaysia, they are looking for short term. They are not looking for long term. So which means it's bad for them lah. So and mostly are trading on technical side.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely you will heard a lot of complaints about Malaysia political issue lah. Man, do bear with us. I think that when there's a problem, there's an opportunity, and if you don't want to have a government that is so perfect that there's no opportunity because everything is perfect, everything is so transparent, which means that you don't have um, uh, like gap to improve. So Malaysia, we have a big gap to improve, which means if so happen that our government decided to become better, and I would say that definitely there will be a huge opportunity for us lah, for investment lah. I'll say that lah, for investment lah. So you can tell that even in Malaysia, actually we don't look at the stock market, we look at the property market. Actually, we are quite cheap in terms of big city compared to Singapore, compared to Philippines, compared to even Thailand. Per square feet, actually Malaysia is one of the cheapest. And why?
Sure.
And why? Definitely we can't move away from governments lah. So if government is doing better in future, then definitely stock market will go up. Definitely property price will go up. Then there's more opportunity compared to developed country. I would say that lah. But this is not in our control. I hope that government will do something lah. Huh? I hope lah.
For me, I think
Fig, what
of
about
course,
your members? Yeah.
yeah. For me, I think of course this is very critical also lah, because when something happen in politics, of course the policy and whatnot, it will affect business. Like what happened at the moment, right? A lot of factory being closed down and whatnot, right? Because of the policy, right? So and probably whether they handle the COVID case, I mean COVID, whether they handle the situation good or not. What we actually want just a better governance, right? And yeah, I mean same like Lucas lah. When better governance come the better opportunity. But I believe Malaysia market is one of very interesting market, especially in Southeast Asia lah, because you imagine, right? Compared to Thailand, compared to Singapore, even Singapore, right? Their market is boring. Our market is
Correct.
yeah. Our market is more active, more I mean high in volume, right? We are more very active lah, right? So I mean this is good actually for our market, right? We just need that that core change, right? That can make us live even better, right? Because Malaysia have a lot of opportunity, right? When we talk about technology, when we talk about last time we have oil and gas, but probably next we're going to go to industrial tax and whatnot, right? Because yeah, we are center stage of all this value chain, right? So I still think that we should not lose hope in our market, especially our country, lah, right? But yeah, just hope for the best. Yeah, don't. And being a trader, you need to adapt with the situation, right? So yeah, when there's time, the time is not best for you to trade. Better not to trade, right? That's the things that you need to do, lah, I think, right? Yeah, I guess that's lah. And I think I can. That can be like our closing remarks, right? Or maybe Warren, you want to say something?
No, actually, my question was: do people within our group complain to you about trading? What is the advice for them, or even for our followers
course,
here, and our comments here? Like, what should we tell them, like, as a closing statement, right?
I think we are way off.
So yeah, I think
I would say that you need to really look at the market in a way that you need to like take away all the noise and focus on the fundamental and the growth of the company lah. For Malaysia investor, this is the most important thing. But it's very easy to say, but it's very hard to execute lah. But this one do take experience and time to learn lah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
In my opinion, what we should do now, we need to improve ourselves lah. Learn more about the market. Read more about the market. Read more about the business, technology, right? What is the development that we are looking forward and whatnot, right? So, because when difficult times, right, we need to. This is time for us to start to improve ourselves, so that when the opportunity comes, we can just grab it, right? We know what to trade, what to invest, all these things are right. So time for improve yourself. Yeah.
Awesome. I do agree. So like, it's already been 1 hour and a half. I think we can conclude it. But end of the day, thanks again for everyone. Thanks again everyone for attending this session. Hope you guys got some value out of this. I just would like to end to say that I agree. Right. Be in the market. Not investing is the biggest risk. Know the foundations. Know your strategy. You know your portfolio strategy. Know what is your gains at the end of the day. What is your FY money? Have a planning. Yeah, that's what I can say. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, I think
Is that it, guys?
Lucas, anything?
I think that's all for today. Thank you very
Alright.
much, and thank you for inviting me. And I hope that this really brings value to our audience.
Awesome, man. Thank you
Awesome.
for attending, man. All right, guys, checking out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, Michael, Dylan. You guys are the best. So let's.
Jimmy, thanks.
Thanks, Jimmy. You guys got any
Thanks.
questions? Just
Ciao.
ask us.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
Bye,
Lucas.
guys.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.